to smell for it, and he couldn't. And... But then we started to search the house. Because I knew she must be hiding there somewhere.
You didn't find her, though, hon?
No. No, we didn't. Somehow she managed to get away. But, you know, when I got that phone call, I got this phone call from somebody at the Banner. They were trying to reach Clint. And they told me about the poison being stolen from the lab, and I knew it. I knew then that she had it, and she was planning on using that poison to kill you.
Okay. So you went to her to confront her with these suspicions?
No, I went to get the poison. No, I wanted to get that poison away from her and get it to the police so she could never hurt you or anybody else with it. So I waited. I waited down in the lobby to see when she left, and as soon as I saw her come downstairs, I went up to her suite. And then I got in the hallway, and there was this cart that the maid used, and I saw it in some kind of pass key. So I got the pass key, and I checked, and the maid wasn't anywhere around, so I used the pass key to try to get into the room. I put the pass key back, and then I went in the suite to find the poison.
Well, did you find it?
Yeah, I found the poison. It was in this little jewelry box, and I picked it up, and I was looking at it, and I don't know, Maria must have forgotten something because she came into the room. And she saw me with the poison, so I held it up to her, and I told her that I knew why she was going to use that poison, that she was going to use it to try to kill you.
Did she admit that?
Yeah. Yeah, she admitted it. So I told her I was going to take that poison, and I was going to take it to the police, and they were going to put her where she belonged. And I started out that room, and as soon as I started out the room, she grabbed me, and she tried to grab for the poison. Vicki, it was horrible.
What happened?
We struggled. We struggled for the poison, and she grabbed it, and she shoved me away, and she took the bottle, and she took the cap off of it. And she said she was going to spill it on me. She said she was going to kill me, and she was going to have just as much fun. Just as much fun killing me as she would killing you. And then she even said that she was sorry she hadn't killed you sooner. When she had the chance. When you were in the hospital. She said that she should have unplugged her life support system. And then she took a step toward me with the poison, and she was going to spill it on me. She was going to kill me with it, and all of a sudden I saw this pillow, so I threw it at her, and it hit her, and the spilled all over her. I tried to help her. I tried to wipe it off of her, but she got up and she called for help, and she fell to the floor, calling me a murderer. Oh, Vicki, I ran. I didn't know what to do, and I never meant to kill her. I was only trying to protect you.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Wanda,
Yes.
It was so sweet of you to drop everything and meet me.
My darling, you sounded so glum on the telephone. What's the matter? You starting to get a little lonely for Dorian?
That too, but it's John again.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. Is he all right? I heard the radio broadcast about there was a shootout in a cave.
No, he's okay. He's feeling very guilty about having shot that man. Wanda, you should have seen the look on his face when he stood there in that cave staring into the hole the man fell into. I've never seen that kind of pain. It's going to take a long time for him to get over this.
It's a terrible thing to take another life. My Vinny used to say it doesn't matter that you kill to keep from being killed yourself. It haunts you forever.
Yeah. I always think of John as being so tough, when actually he's very sensitive and caring and feeling. He likes to give the impression that he's Mr. Macho Man, that nothing bothers him, but I think that's just all an act.
Mm-hmm. If I didn't know better, I would think that maybe you were in love.
I'm worried about John's involvement with Sandra.
So you were in love.
Wanda, it was her husband John killed today.
Cassie, I didn't make the connection. Wait, is it Sandra was the client?
Yes.
The one whose life was being threatened?
Yes. It was her husband he was protecting her from. It's her fault that he was even in that cave this afternoon.
Well, then he doesn't have to protect her anymore. I mean, that's an awful thing to say, but that's the truth.
I know, I agree, but she's still clinging to him. She just kicked me out of the office so that she can be alone with him.
Wait a second, this is your office, too.
I know. But the minute she walked into that office and hired John, he has had nothing but trouble. And if he doesn't get her out of his life, he's going to be headed for more trouble. Only this time, he may not be so lucky.
Come on, I'll take you home.
I don't want to go there. It's too hard, John.
You want to spend a couple of days at the Holden
John,
Tower?
I don't know what I want to do.
Well, what I think you ought to do is maybe start by getting some rest. Sandra, take it one day at a time, that's all. Till you get over the shock of all of this. Come on, you're a smart, capable woman. You've got a terrific job at the Banner. Lose yourself in your work and maybe find a new place to live.
I also have a club on my hands. Am I supposed to manage that myself?
Well, sure. Yeah, if you want to.
Well, right now I don't know whether I'm supposed to sell it, whether I should close it.
Hey, it's a hot club. I mean, it's always done a great business. There's people out there who would be willing to buy it.
What
I'm
am I
sure.
supposed to do about the loan sharks, John? I mean, are they going to hold me responsible for Frank's debts?
Don't go getting yourself all worked up.
I don't even know what they look like. I don't know who they are. They could walk through that door right now and bang.
They are not going to do that.
John, I cannot deal with this by myself. You are going to help me, aren't you? John, I'm alone, and I'm afraid.
Sandra, the police can handle the loan sharks. I've got a couple of names I want them to check out. And they can put a man at the club to protect you.
Are you saying you don't want to get involved?
I'm saying that the police can handle it better, that's all, with less danger to you. And as far as the club goes, well, there's people in that business that can look at your entire operation and give you better advice than I can about it.
John, why are you turning your back on me?
I'm not. I just think it's a better idea for us to go our separate ways.
Better?
That's
Better
all.
for whom?
For both of us.
I disagree.
Sandra, I killed your husband. I didn't want it that way. But every time you look at me, you're going to remember that.
No! That's not the way it is. And we have known each other for a long time. We have been through a lot together. I'm not going to force you to help me, John. I'll find a way to manage on my own. Have a good life, John. I'm sorry I was such an inconvenience.
Oh, of course I believe you. Damn, I wish that Clint and I had realized earlier how absolutely demented Maria had become. We could have saved you from all of this.
It's not your fault. Believe me, I'm just so happy that you believe me.
Well, that's not really important. The important thing is that you get Rafe and Herb to believe you. Honey, you must make them realize that you were the victim.
But I wasn't the one she was trying to kill.
That's not what I mean. You were Maria's victim all the same. She was going to blame you for my murder, wasn't she? I mean, after all, she used your car to try and run me down.
And then she put that poison book in Al's things.
Yes, and she made up that whole idiotic story about Kate wanting Cord to sue for full custody, knowing full well that you would run right to Kate in the lab to confront her with it, and then you could be blamed for stealing the poison, because that was obviously something that Kate was not going to forget. Honey, the whole thing is so obviously, every step was planned carefully, every step along the way, to eventually destroy both of us. All right, I tell you what, there's no more time for tears or anything else. What you have to do now is you must tell Rafe and Herb exactly what you have told me. And don't leave anything out.
I just hope I can make it through all this.
Well, of course you can. I'll be here.
You mean you're going to stay with me? I'll leave?
No, of course I'm not going to leave you. And once you've convinced them that Maria was the villain, well, you walk right out of here.
Oh, and we can finally get Maria out of our lives. Well, I tell you, I just hope she's burning in hell.
No, don't say that.
Well, why not? Look what she's done to me. I tell you, I haven't been able to eat. I haven't been able to sleep.
All right, calm down, okay? Just concentrate on all the events that led right up to Maria's death, okay?
Hello, Vicki. I'm sorry about all this.
So am I, but I trust it'll all be over soon.
When Jeff gets back, we have more questions.
We don't have to wait for him.
Well, you have the right to counsel Tina. Take advantage of it.
Yes, I think that Tina and I will go and get a breath of fresh air outside the station house. You don't object to that?
No, I want to get this over with.
Honey, I suggest you wait for an attorney.
No. I'm innocent. And I am going to prove it.
A shot of adrenaline make you feel better, son?
Yes.
You're doing just fine, Joey. Nothing to be afraid of anymore.
How you feeling, cowboy?
Better.
Yeah? Still struggling a bit, right? Well, the nurse will give you a shot of adrenaline. That should do the trick. And your dad and your grandpa and I will be outside, all right?
Keep Sam. Larry, this is the worst attack I've ever seen. Is this just going to keep getting worse as he gets older, or what?
Well, it's hard to tell, Clint. I think this attack was brought on by emotional stress.
Having that murderers in the house could have caused that.
Oh, Paul, will you just save it?
Larry, police are crawling all over Landfair. Tina's hysterical. A healthy person could have been driven to a seizure.
Well, Clint, I got to agree with Asa in this. I mean, the boys love Tina a lot. This situation is very rough on them.
I suppose there could be some truth to that.
You thought about taking Joey out for a vacation?
Yes, Clint, take the boys to the ranch.
Yeah, it's relaxing, nice, clean, dry air.
Larry, I'm getting tired of having to resort to these stop-gap efforts all the time. I mean, I take him out to the ranch, and what? He gets better. He gets okay. And then what? He comes down with it again. I want to get rid of the attacks once and for all. Now, isn't there some clinic, some specialist we can take him to?
Fine. While Larry here is looking for a specialist, you take little Joey out of town.
As a matter of fact, I did read about a clinic in Switzerland that specializes in respiratory ailments. They've had a great deal of success with younger patients.
Well, can you get me some information on it, and I'll discuss it with Vicki?
Yeah, have you been able to get hold of her?
No, I called, and she's all tied up.
Whoa. You want me to go to the station and get her? I mean, Joey will feel better with her here.
Would you try calling her again, Pa?
Yes.
Let me get on the trail of this thing in the clinic in Switzerland.
I feel jumpy.
Well, that'll go away soon, and then you're going to feel better. But, Joey, you know what? I'm going to fix things so that this is going to be the last shot of adrenaline you're ever going to have to take. Your mom and I are going to make you get better if we have to go to the ends of the world to do it.
Tina admitted she didn't tell the whole story?
Yes, but that's as far as I got with her. She wouldn't open up to me. I tried to convince her to trust me, that I just wanted to help her. She simply kept repeating she was innocent.
You think she's guilty, don't you?
Yes. Even if she would admit that and tell me the facts, then I could put together some kind of case for her defense. She keeps stonewalling me. I can't defend her.
She admitted she was in the lab.
But not to stealing the poison. She says Maria did that.
The police found a book on poison in the nursery and a vial of poison in her purse. Well, it's just too neat, Jeff.
Hey, that figures. The DA has an open and shut case. He'll wipe us out in the courtroom.
Tina is known for being a very impulsive schemer.
Well, I figured that out when I took the divorce case. 1 minute she wants the divorce to last for 7 years. The next one she wants it over yesterday. The girl has more impulses than this hotel has rooms.
She's very impulsive, but she's not stupid.
Oh, I never said she was stupid.
I know. I'm just thinking out loud. Leaving a book on poison in the nursery and a vial of poison in her purse would be rather stupid if she had actually murdered Maria.
Well, unless she figured no one would know Maria was poisoned, Or Tina felt she wouldn't be implicated in the murder.
Yeah. Well, she and Maria have had a running battle over practically everything. She knows she'd be one of the first people that was questioned.
Okay, I'll buy that, but, what is she hiding? It's got to be something that would blow her out of the water, or she would have told me.
Maybe she'll be honest with me. Why don't you stay here and meet Mr. Bailey, and I will go sit in on the questioning at the headquarters.
Okay, but don't count on getting anything more out of her than I did.
I think you should have a little more faith in your partner, don't you?
Judith, my admiration for you knows no bounds. But that doesn't mean I think you're going to get anywhere.
Maybe. But I got nothing to lose, right?
I don't know what is keeping Tina so long down there at the police headquarters. What?
It's just amazing to me that she was carrying the poison around in her purse. Why didn't she get rid of it?
Don't ask me to explain anything that Tina does. I don't know. None of this makes any sense to me. Kate, you're the one who brought up all these discrepancies in the first place.
Yes, and maybe I should have kept my mouth shut.
No. I'm not criticizing you. We promised each other a long time ago that we would tell each other the truth no matter what. And that's all you were doing. It's not your fault that I couldn't take the truth. And I apologize for blowing up at you like that.
Honey, you loved her once and you cared about her, and it's only natural that you'd still want to protect her.
Yeah, but how can I protect her against herself? You know, all this evidence is just piling up against her. I keep telling myself I'm going to be objective until she comes home and tells me her side of the story before I pass any kind of judgment on this.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
When is this going to end?
I don't know when it's all going to end. But I do know that I will always be here for you.
Just promise me you're never going to let me go.
Do you want to go up and sit with little Al?
No. I want to stay down here and sit with little you.
Well, here I am.
Yes, ma'am. Here you are. And thank God for that. Otherwise, I would be going nuts right now. Oh, I just wish we could put aside all this madness and then be happy again. You know, I hope you're not forgetting that we were supposed to have been married by now.
Oh, I'm not forgetting.
I hate this so much, Kate. I just want to be with you. I want to spend the rest of my life every day with you.
I know. I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah, you know, we've got the wedding license. And we've got the rings. I don't think there's anything else we need.
Well, we need a rabbi and a priest.
What about an old-fashioned justice of the peace? Honey, we could say our vows in front of him, and then we could be together forever. Please don't say no. Honey, you are the best thing in my life right now. You're my life, my hope, my happiness, all of it.
I know, you're everything.
Please, Kate. I just want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I want to know that you will always be with me. So please, marry me tonight.
So when Maria was about to spill the poison on me, I saw this pillow, so I threw it on her, and the stuff spilled all over her. I tried to get it off of her, but then she called for help, and she slipped to the floor, and it was over.
Well, you could have waited for the paramedics or talked to the police.
Rafe, I panicked. I ran. I know it was the wrong thing to do, but I couldn't help it.
She was terrified. That seems to me perfectly understandable. What's going on here? You questioning my client without counsel?
Judith, it's okay. I think I just convinced them that I'm innocent.
Is that so?
Well, Judith, Tina's put together a very interesting story. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that's all it is, a very interesting story.
What are you talking about? I've told you everything, exactly how it happened. Now, just what do I have to do to convince you that I went there to get the poison to take it to the police? Look, I'm sorry, I can't take any more of this. I am getting
Well,
out of here.
Tina, just stay here and listen to the district attorney. He's going to tell us why he doesn't believe your story, and then maybe we can clear it up and all go home.
All right, Judith. Piece of evidence was discovered in Maria's desk. Letters she'd been writing before she died. See, Tina, you didn't mention that Maria had a secret she was holding over your head. A secret she used to coerce you into granting Cord a divorce. You should have told us Maria was blackmailing you.
Tina.
I've got to see that letter.
See, Tina, blackmail has been known to drive people to extremes. It's even been known to drive people to commit murder.
Where's Sandra? John, what happened?
I killed Sandra's husband. That's what happened. Then I said, goodbye, Sandra. True professional, aren't I? Do my job. My work for my client, but the hell with my client.
John, what's got you so upset?
I told her to tough it out, and she'd get over all the grief. But it wasn't my job to pick up the pieces in her life. I'm a PI, not a social worker.
Look, you are being too hard on yourself here. She was a client. The case is closed. It's over.
She needs help, Cassie.
She can take care of herself, John. I've read some of the articles she wrote. She went after the rich and powerful without batting an eyelash. She's a pretty tough cookie.
I killed the lady's husband.
I know. And I'm sure it was a tremendous shock, but you I'll get it. John Russell, Private Investigations.
May I speak to John, please?
Sandra?
Cassie, let me talk to him.
Hello.
John, I want to apologize for the things I said to you. And I hope you can forgive me for being so selfish.
No, Sandra. You weren't selfish. I never should have turned my back on you. And if you want my help still, well, I'm offering it to you.
Can you come to my apartment?
You went back to your place?
Yes. I decided you were right. I need to adjust.
All right. Just take it easy. I'll be right there.
You're not going back to Sandra's.
Cassie.
John, the woman is bad news. You're smart to get her out of your life. John, I'm trying to help you. She's playing on your guilt.
I owe it to her.
I will ask you again, just like the first time. Kate Sanders, will you marry me?
Yes.
All right.
But not tonight.
When?
Let's see, it's August, September, tomorrow?
Oh, girl. Oh. You have given me hope beyond hope. You have lifted my spirits, everything. Listen, you want to just elope or you want to have a little classy wedding?
Whatever you want.
I want to elope.
Okay, you got it.
Good. And let's not tell anybody about it. Well, we can tell little Al because I know I can trust him.
How about my mother? Can I tell her?
Okay, yeah, we'll tell her.
And Clint and Vicky.
No, this is turning into a wedding
No,
party
it's
here.
not. Come on,
know
it's 4 people who love us and who will keep this secret.
All right, just as long as we don't tempt old Mr. Fate, because old Mr. Fate has been giving us a hard enough time for the last few months.
Yes, he has. Now, where is the marriage license?
It's in my dresser drawer, all ready to be used. And, when did you say we could use it?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Dearest Cordero, I feel so much hurt because you won't talk to me or listen to me, because you refuse to understand the love that has driven me and drives me now. You've always shut me out when I've wanted to discuss Tina, but there's something you must know, something I've known for a month, but found it very hard to tell you. Once again, Tina has a secret, one I discovered and used to force her to go through with the divorce. Yes, it could be construed as blackmail, but I did it for you, Cordero, so you and Kate could finally marry and be happy. You're not going to want to believe Tina's latest and worst dirty trick, but there is proof of it. Tina's sin this time is... And that's it. Obviously, she was interrupted. What does it mean, Tina? Come on, what did Maria know that allowed her to blackmail you? Honey, you have to tell us the truth.
I can't.
Tina, this is very damaging evidence. Even if the secret is terrible, your refusal to reveal it is even more damaging.
This has nothing to do with Maria's death. Maria's death was an accident.
What was the secret, Tina?
I can't tell you. If I do, I'll lose everything I have. It's not fair.
We have probable cause.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Place her under arrest for the murder of Maria Roberts.
The fathers of sons dying of AIDS on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
Cassie, I didn't know you were still here.
I work here.
I know. I just thought that when I left, you had called it a night and you were going to lock up.
Well, we're behind on billing clients. If we don't get these out, we won't be able to pay next month's bills. The Montaigne case sure has racked up a lot of hours. Between them, we should be able to pay for the rent for all of summer.
Yeah, Cassie.
How much does she owe you for tonight?
That's the point I wanted to make. I don't want you to bill her. Look, she saw her husband get blown away this afternoon.
John, Frank could have blown you away instead.
Yeah, but he didn't. I shot him before he shot me. Now, Sandra needs a lot of support and comfort, and it's the least I can do for her.
I want to get a straight answer from you. Have you fallen in love with Sandra again?
Hey, bro. Hey, come here. Have I got some news for you? Yeah? I just got done counting the money that we found at Sandra's place. Guess how much? Close to $500,000.
Yeah, well, great, Max. I really hate to interrupt your dreams of glory, but I just heard a news bulletin on the radio about Tina. Max, the news isn't good.
I don't think my hands will ever be clean again. I'll never get the ink off of them. Oh, Vicky, it was awful. They treated me like I was some kind of criminal.
We'll get the ink off at home with some soap, okay?
Why are they doing this to me? Maria's death was an accident. You believe me, don't you?
Yes, I do. But what about her letter?
I did not kill Maria.
I know you didn't kill Maria. But her letter said that she was blackmailing you, so the police are now assuming that you have a motive. Why don't you just tell them why she was blackmailing you?
Look, it has nothing to do with her death.
Honey, if that's true, then you can end this nightmare now. Why won't you tell me? You've been honest with me about everything else.
Vicky, Ace had just called from the hospital. Joey's had a bad asthma attack.
Oh, my God. Oh, dear. I have to go to him. He's going to be so scared, honey. Judith will be along, and she'll drive you home to Landfair, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry about Joey.
Thank you, Doc. Talk to Rafe. Talk to Judith.
I hope he feels better.
Thanks.
You want to tell me about the blackmail?
No. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna get out of this one?
Tina, I'd like to hear your side of the story. I'd like to hear what happened. And I'd like to hear why my mother died.
So, if you and Sandra decide to pick up where you left off in college, that's fine. But I would appreciate it if you didn't bring her here. I don't like getting kicked out of my own office.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Well, then you mind if I explain the situation to you? Sandra and I had a serious thing going back in college. She happened to be the first serious relationship I'd had, and it was terrific for both of us, until Frank came along.
Were you going to marry her?
Well, I'd thought about it, but before I could consider it seriously, she fell head over heels for Frank. Now, when she came in the office that day, Cassie, I'd be lying to you if I told you I didn't feel anything. I mean, the vibes were definitely there. Sandra's eyes could melt the North Pole.
I don't think I want to hear anymore.
Cassie, I didn't do anything. Nothing happened.
Because of Frank.
Because of someone else.
Really? Who?
I didn't get involved with Sandra because of you.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't know it before. Or maybe I was afraid to admit it. Anyway, I've admitted it now. Any further questions?
You know how much I hate asking you for a hug. But can I have a hug?
Come here.
Gordon, I know you couldn't have meant those things you said before. You know, and I know that you were upset and I was upset, but you're here, right? And, well, you are here to show me your support, aren't you?
Tina, I want to know how and why my mother was killed. And if I even get the slightest idea that you're lying to me, I'm walking right out this door.
I just told the police the truth. I'm more than happy to tell it to you.
Fair enough. Why don't we start with why you stole that poison from the lab?
I didn't steal it. Your mother did. She was going to use it to kill Vicky. Look, I went up to her suite to find the poison so I could save Vicky, and she walked in, she saw me with it, and she was going to kill me with the poison, and it accidentally spilled on her.
Why didn't you tell the police this at first?
Well, because Larry said that she died of natural causes, that it was a heart attack, and I didn't want to cause any more trouble.
Tina, she was my mother. Don't you think I deserve to know the truth about how she died?
Cord, there was nothing that anybody could have done to help her.
So, as usual, you decided to help yourself.
No, I decided to help my son. I don't want him hearing for the rest of his life that his mother killed his grandmother. Look, I was trying to protect you. I didn't want you to know how ill your mother was.
You should have called the cops.
I know that. I know I ran. I was wrong. I panicked.
Just stop, all right? Just tell me what happened, the rest of the story.
Look, I told you, your mother was going to kill Vicky.
I know that. How was she going to do this?
She hid in my car. She chloroformed me. She tried to run down Vicky in Frankie's parking lot. I mean, thank goodness Gilbert was there because he pushed her out of the way. He saved her life.
Did Vicky see the car? Did she see my mother behind the wheel?
No. No, but I smelled her perfume right before I passed out, and I remember I knew it was her. Look, and I knew when that attempt didn't work that she was going to try again. That's why she went to the lab to get the poison. She was going to use that to kill Vicky.
Tina, nobody has placed my ma at the lab.
I know that, but she certainly made sure that somebody saw me there. Look, she told me that Kate was going to sue for full custody of Al, and she knew I'd go right over there and have an argument with her. Look, she even put that poison book in Al's nursery things. Don't you see? Of course, she was trying to frame me. She was going to kill Vicky and make everybody think that I did it.
She admitted all of that to you?
Yes. Right before she was going to kill me. She even told me how much fun it would be to kill me. Cord, I'm sorry. I know how much this must hurt to hear this. But it's the truth. It's what happened. She was going to kill me. I had to protect myself. But there was this pillow, and I threw it at her. And that's when the poison spilled on her. Please believe me, I never meant to hurt her. And I certainly never wanted her dead. do believe me, don't you?
I believe that, you're not a cold-blooded murderer.
Thank you for that. I hoped you'd understand.
Well, I didn't say that I understood.
Look, I just told you everything. I told you it was not my fault.
Tina, you forced this whole thing by breaking into Mama's suite. Now, you didn't murder her, but you are responsible for her death. And I don't know if I can ever forgive you for that.
Tina's been arrested. The police apparently found some incriminating evidence on her.
Is she in jail? Is she released on bail? What?
I don't know. I'm sorry. That's all I heard.
Max, I have to talk to you. What's the matter?
Tina's just been arrested.
I thought she was just being held for questioning and that the police had found a poisoned vial in her purse.
What? Who told you about a poison?
Delilah did. I was just...
How did poison get in her purse?
I don't know. I didn't have a chance to ask to find out.
What did Vicky say?
I didn't see her.
Does Tina have a lawyer?
I presume so. I certainly hope she has a good one. Steve, do you mind? I have to talk to Max.
I gotta go see Tina. Excuse me.
Max!
Well, Max didn't even tell you about all the money he found.
He was obviously too concerned about Tina.
Yeah, you seem pretty upset by the whole thing yourself.
Steve, did the news report give any sort of bulletin about why?
Nope. You have any ideas?
No.
You know, Max and I have known Maria since we were kids. She was always a really terrific lady. I mean, I can't believe all the stuff I'm reading about her in the paper.
Yeah, well, we always choose to think about the good things about people, don't we?
Well, I'm not surprised that often, except by Max. Did he tell you how much money he found at the Sanders place? $500,000.
Well, he can do whatever he wants with it, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah. He'll make good use of it, no matter what anybody says.
Well, I'm out of danger. I should be grateful for that.
Good. Maybe it balances itself out. Listen, I have a question. When you left a little while ago, you said that now that you were out of danger, that you were going to take care of some business that you've been putting off.
Yes?
Well, does this business have anything to do with Landfair?
Why do you ask?
Because you said you just came back from there.
I know. No, it doesn't concern Landfair.
Does it concern Max? Is that why you had to rush in here and...
Steve.
Look, Gabrielle, now that Rollo is in jail in Buenos Aires, you should be on top of the world, and I haven't seen you smile not even once. Now, come on, don't try that. Don't try it now. It doesn't count. You know that this is more than curiosity for me. Now, please, talk to me. Let me help you.
Gord, it was your mother's own fault that she died. She was the one who stole the poison, and she was the one with the desire to kill.
If you knew all of these things, why didn't you tell somebody?
I did. I told Vicky and Clint. They didn't believe me. They said I was just being paranoid.
Fine.